Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the first session of our Robotics and Automation Awareness Session. Assalamualaikum again and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wan Muhammad Farhan, and I am the Vice President of Iskandar Investment Berhad Ventures. And this event and program is actually hosted together with our partner, which is MTDC, and in 18th of June 2021, MTDC and IIB have signed an MOU to co-develop and establish a robotics center at MTDC Iskandar, which intends to develop technopreneurs and talents in robotics and emerging technologies. And today, we have a lot of good speakers with us to share with you some of the local solutions and products that is developed in Malaysia by our local talents and solution partners. So before I go further, let me share with you the event flow for today. So I will start this session by sharing some introduction about DRZ Iskandar. And then we'll have together with us Jin Ng, co-founder of Gigano Autonomous, who will be sharing about their solutions and products. And then followed by Dr. Iskandar Bahrain, who is the Executive Chairman of T-Robot. And then Encik Hazli Rasul, co-founder and CEO of Move Robotics. And then sharing by Encik Yuzairin Yunus from Akar Indah. And then Haji Ijal Mizwan Ibrahim, the Senior Vice President of MTDC. And then lastly, we will have a special sharing session by Puan Rosita Ibrahim, the Senior Deputy Director and Strategic Planning and also Policy Advocacy Manufacturing Division from MIDA, who will be sharing about what are the government incentives and programs is relevant to promote the automation and robotics industry in Malaysia. All right, a little ground rules for everyone. So I would like to get everyone to turn on your videos if you are comfortable and put yourself on mute. And you may raise any questions at the chat box, or you can also click the link that will be shared by our team. And also we can share, we'll be sharing a QR code if you can. All right, thank you, Aina. So in between the sessions, we will be sharing you these QR codes because our panelists, they will be giving a very brief and short introduction about what they do, about the company. So if you have any questions and you would like to get in touch with them, you can you can click on your QR code and you will go to a link where you will help you to connect with the relevant companies that you want to, all right? So at the end of the session, at the end of today's session, we'll open up a Q&A session so that you may ask your questions directly to our speakers and panelists. So before we start with the speakers, so I would like to share a little bit about DRZ Iskandar and what we do as well. So thank you so much, everyone, again for being with us today. So for your information, DRZ Iskandar, or the Drones and Robotics Zone Iskandar, is co-developed by a few parties, mainly IIB, Iskandar Investment Berhad, together with our partner DHL, Magic, MTDC, and also Futurize. And together, this Drone and Robotics Zone Iskandar is developed to help promote the drones and robotics industry in Malaysia. And I think this is something that the country is going towards too, and we feel that it is timely because in the wake of the current pandemic situation, we realize that the need for a lot of automation, robotics, and drones to help the work in the industry be more productive and autonomous. And I'll be sharing with you as well that there are a lot of companies, solution providers that are based locally where you can engage them. And these are companies that have been doing their solutions and services with a lot of end users and clients in Malaysia already. So I think you do not have to feel like this is something that would probably cost you a lot to engage some of the solution providers. And we would like to help you get connected with them. Next, please. Back one slide. So just for your information as well, this session is actually part of our Iskandar Next and also Iskandar Global Innovation and Technology Exchange program and event. So this session is a program that we have been doing since early July, and some of the key programs that we are developing for our ecosystem partners and players includes the programs that we co-hosted together with some of our partners in July, which is a drone and robotics event where we host series of webinars, and there's a lot of contents that are currently available. So if you are interested, you can go to live.igniteiskandar.com, where there are a lot of information regarding the drone and robotics technology companies based in Malaysia as well as regionally. So there is a lot of content there, and this content today is part of the growth series that we are developing to help connect a lot of the ecosystem players, the solution partners, the academicians, the talents, to keep abreast on what is going on locally in the drone and robotics ecosystem. And later in December, we will hopefully, since the pandemic, since the government is now opening the district borders, we hope to host a program physically where we can bring everyone to come down to Johor, and probably we would be able to meet you guys physically as well. Next, please. All right. So just for your information, so the Drone and Robotics Zone Iskandar and IRB, we are based in southern of Malaysia, which is in Johor, in Medini, Iskandar, Malaysia, where you can see that there's a lot of areas and facilities that is currently being developed. So for example, if you can see here, we have the drone test site, which is specific for drone companies to test their solutions for visual line of sight and also beyond visual line of sight, with areas covering 25 acres to 3,000 acres area. And we are also working together with our partners like Futurize, EduCity, Majlis Bandaraya Iskandar Puteri to develop the first autonomous vehicle testing area that is based in Medini. And also we are currently gathering our local robotics companies. If you have any solutions that you would like to test, this is where we would like you to come and test your solutions, and we would like to help promote your solutions as well. So this physical infrastructure, this physical community is being developed, and we welcome everyone to come, and we want everyone to come in and showcase your solutions, your products, and test them, do R&D, manufacturing them. And in time, this is the community that we would like to build. And if you are the end user, if you are the client, if you are looking for any kind of solutions related to drone, robotics, automation, come and let us know, and we'll try to connect the right solution providers to you. Next, please. So specific for the drone, for the robotics and automation solutions. So we have been talking to a lot of our industry partners, ecosystem partners, and as you can see here, the National Science and Technology Innovation Policy, which was recently announced together with the National Robotics Roadmap 2021 to 2030. So Malaysia intends and aims to become a high-tech nation, to become a sustainable, inclusive, and scientific society. And for us in the DRZ Iskandar, we aim to develop and support to build 70 drone and robotic companies within Iskandar alone, and to create 1,000 high-value jobs, which will generate an investment value of up to 351 million. And speaking about specific in the robotics industry, we've talked to our counterparts from Academy Science Malaysia, for example. They have informed that, in Singapore, in terms of industrial robots density, a study was done by International Federation of Robotics, where in Singapore, there are 918 units of robot per 10K employees, compared to Malaysia, robot density, which is only 55 units per 10K employees. So this is what DRZ Iskandar, together with MTDC, together with MIDA and other ecosystem and robotics enablers, industry enablers in DRZ Iskandar is trying to help further develop. So with the DRZ Iskandar ecosystem, we are going to bring in the OEM service, the design development, the R&D center, the maintenance, repair, overhaul, the spare parts center, outsourcing center, anything relevant to robotics and automation. You come and talk to us. We would like you to be part of our ecosystem where we are building this key integral pillars for the DRZ Iskandar, which consists of the test sites, the development space, the maker space, the acceleration programs, the community programs, the talent development programs, the events, and if there are relevant policy intervention that automation and robotic companies or even drone companies requires, this is where we come in to help and assist you. So this program that we are building in the DRZ Iskandar is not just for the Johor community. It consists of the whole Malaysia ecosystem as well as the regional ecosystem. So we would like to become the integrated hub for both drone and robotics companies to come together, where we would be able to connect you to everyone. Next, please. So as you can see here, so this is out of the 90 over companies that we have engaged for the last 1.5 years. So we want you to become, so if you are a solution provider, we want you to be part of this ecosystem mapping. And if you are the client and end users who are looking for a specific solution, a specific services, or specific product that would help to increase your productivity, that would help to increase the optimization of your production line, you come and talk to us, let us know your requirements, and we will be able to connect you to all these relevant solution partners that is within our ecosystem. And at the moment, I think we'll have more of this kind of awareness sessions, introduction sessions, so that you would be able to know what our companies are doing. Next, please. And for your information as well, I think there are a lot of government agencies, programs, incentive, initiatives that would be relevant to you. And one of it, DRZ Iskandar, is part of this MOSTIS National Technology Innovation Sandbox program, where solution companies who have a product that is ready for commercialization, and if they would be able to help you solve certain problem statements that you have, NTIS, the program would be able to fund some of the products, and they would be able to do pilots or POCs. And if both the solution and the end users meet NTIS programs requirement, there would be certain funding that would be available for you to apply as well. So aside from these initiatives and programs by NTIS, by MOSTI, there will be also certain other initiatives that is also provided by our counterparts from MTDC and also MIDA, which later MIDA representative and MTDC representative will be able to share as well. All right, so I will stop there and I will introduce you to our next speaker, Mr. Jin Eng, the co-founder for Gigano Autonomous. So briefly, so Jin Eng is originally from Penang. So he started studying E&E in UCSI KL, and after working with a Japanese MNC for 3 years, so he was headhunted and relocated to JB and then joined a US company based in Singapore. So interestingly, it was during his time there, he got to travel around the world to perform on-site installation and training for clients, that he gained valuable experience in customer relation and technology in vision imaging inspection. And in 2008, after conducting numerous robotics project installation, he spin off a startup company to focus on affordable robotics catering to the high mix, low volume sector. So this is where I think he successfully got funded from MTDC and produced a robotics arm. And I think this is where he created Gigano's Autonomous. So I hand over the floor to you, Jin Eng, so that you can share about your products and solutions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Farhan, for the introduction. Good afternoon to all our guests. And then thanks so much for DRZ for inviting us to give a sharing on what we are doing. So I'll do the sharing now. Let me share the screen out. Are you able to see the screen?
Not yet.
How about now?
Not yet. Okay, can you try again?
Yeah, try again. How about now?
All right.
All right.
It's coming out. All right.
All right.
You can put it on. All right. Great.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a brief walkthrough on what our industry are having now, so that you understand more on what you are currently at. So a brief walkthrough. So industry, currently we are at the juncture of 3.0 and 4.0. So a brief walkthrough is 1.0, industry revolution 1.0. So practically all machines and devices are running on water and steam. So it evolves to 2.0, which machine from water and steam actually uses electricity. And then from there onwards, during the 1960s, if I'm not wrong, the introduction of electronics and computer were introduced in factories. This whereby that the revolution started, the boom of the industrial sector. So currently in Malaysia, most of our SMEs, our MTCs are at 3.0, whether it's in the beginning, at the middle, or at the end. So this is a very integral part in the way that in order to move forward to 4.0, new technology need to be introduced into the production and the manufacturing sector. So in order to be 4.0, we are talking about IoT, we are talking about robotics, smart robotics, so that real-time data can be accumulated, can be collected, and then after that, a smart decision can be made. So we always ask our customer, this is sharing, we always ask our customer, which is what are the key metrics of adoption? So we always tell them that whether it's an investment or cost, because this is very important. If let's say they look at it as cost, then normally the adoption will not go that far. But if let's say they view this as an investment, then this is a different story. And then they also need to be committed in a way from top to bottom. If let's say, because the synchronization and synergy is very important. And also we always make our customer to understand that adopting new technology is not by eliminating jobs. In fact, they're actually creating more jobs. And also they must be willing to upskill the existing workforce. So we also let our customer know in a way that no machines or robots or technology are able to replace human dexterity and also critical thinking and multitasking, because human being is an organic AI. It's the most advanced AI that we have in the market. And also, of course, in order to have adoption, we also need to have basic infrastructure in place, such as our connectivity. Our connectivity such as 4G and 5G in the future. So we always tell our customer that technology adoption is a journey. It's not something that you buy, you place, then after that you will see the result on the spot. So for our definition of automation in Gigano, we actually branch it out into two sections. We call it front-end automation and the back-end automation. So what are front-end automation? So front-end automation is basically things that you can see, that material handling system from the conveyors to your robotics, and such as the process control machinery, such as your filling machines, your weighing machines, your auger or mixing machines are all process control machinery. And of course, sensors and instruments, robots, and autonomous vehicle, such as AGVs and AMR. As for back-end automation, so basically it's the machinery that works behind the scene. So there are MES, full-fledged ERP, and of course IoT cloud services, and then your warehouse management services, and also third-party integration to your e-commerce platform. So you actually link your inventory to e-commerce platform, so that for those who are in the M2C industry, meaning that manufacturer to consumer market, this is a very important system that they are needing now. So as for robotics today, practically it has evolved from year to year. Last time robotics is very simple. They do repetitive tasks and tedious tasks, but now robots are actually enabled with IoT technology and IoT features, so that they can collect data which are relevant to the end user's requirements. So a brief walkthrough, what are instruments and sensors? So instruments are sensors are actually devices that measure, devices that actually collect data, so that the back-end automation will be able to actually do some analyzation and also some forecasting. So instruments and sensors are quite important in a way that they are the main parser, they are the frontliners of the data. As for IoT, this is a general idea. So IoT can practically be deployed anywhere. We are not talking only on manufacturing. We can talk about logistics, we can talk about retails, we can even talk about household. So all these deployment like sensors, instruments, and data can be actually deployed. And then after that, we actually integrate with IoT device called IoT modules or gateways, which sends data to the cloud server, so that end users or users itself are able to access this information or these parameters within their fingertips, either through mobile application or through dashboard system. So this is all back-end services, back-end automation. As for ERP, full-fledged ERP actually can be branched out into multiple sections. I will not go into the specifics. So for back-end automation, practically we have barcoding systems, full-fledged ERP, POS system, which is the point of sales, and of course, accounting system. Most of the businesses they have it. And we are talking about e-commerce, the booming industry. So how do you link all this? So these are all back-end automation. So these are some of our products and services made available in the market. So we are into robotics, we're into ERP, we call enterprise resource system, and also we are into agriculture and poultry system. So as we talk about automation such as conveyors, all these things are the I would say the fundamentals of automation. We do provide all these services. So we come to this. This is the most important part that I would like to share with you all, which is how do we apply all this technology which I mentioned previously? How do we deploy into the production facility or your retail or your warehousing? So I'd like to share this video with you all. This is a robot palletizing system. So practically, these robots are doing simple palletizing, which has been done by human beings, but they replace it in a way that we want the throughput to increase higher. But you can see from this video that the footprint is not that much. It's just a very small footprint. It's not been the misconception by consumer that robot, you need a very huge space to deploy them. But for the current time, for the current technology we have in the market, you don't need that anymore. As for IoT application, so it practically can apply IoT anywhere. From the first picture that you can see here, IoT into solar system. So to actually get the efficiency reading of the conversion rate from PV panels to electricity. And on the right-hand side, you can see that there's a normal refrigerator that you can see in cafes or kopitiams. So, but this refrigerator itself is quite unique in a way that it is used to store vaccine. So in a way that the end user, they require temperature reading from time to time. But the time to time means that they want this to be in real-time manner, so that if anything goes wrong, let's say that the become kaput, faulty, at least they will get the alert first time, so that they can actually save all the vaccine, and by doing that, they can actually do some preventive maintenance also. As for this video that I'm going to share with you is practically an implementation of IoT for back-end automation for wastewater treatment discharge. So practically, if let's say you are from the manufacturing sector dealing with DOE, so you will understand that from time to time, DOE will request data and information, how much water, how much wastewater has been discharged into the drainage system. So this is whereby that we deploy our system into this existing machinery or existing site, so that they are able to track all this within the fingertips by going through the mobile application. This is another project has been done, I think last year, if I'm not wrong. So it's an automation system which is to do with simple material handling system. Practically, you can see conveyors there to get the throughput, to do the counting on production output. And also, you can see at the center bottom part of the slide, which you can see the temperature reading has been taken account into. and also the mixing speed of the auger. I'm not sure whether you can see clearly the auger is spinning. So these are all important parameters for production, which is all these readings and all these parameters are the benchmark and the threshold for the quality of the product. So whatever changes in temperature or the RPM, is what I've shown you here, will dictate the quality of the end product itself. So a brief background of what we do here is most of our technology is made in Malaysia. We are the IP holder. So in a way that we are able to do customization, we are more flexible in a way. And then also our philosophy is we are more to retrofitting, because we understand that whether it is from the manufacturer sector or from the retail sector, everyone is trying to save costs. So what we do is we enhance your existing machinery or your existing devices, so they actually can make it more practical and save much cost on the upfront investment. So a little bit of sharing. This is some of our list customers for robotic IoT and automation. So whether it is a local MNC, a local company or an MNC, we are also working with some government agencies. And as for our backend automation ERP system, these are the list of our clients we have in the market. So it can be from OEM sector, from F&B, even from for semicon industry. With this, I would like to end my sharing. Thank you very much for giving me the time. I'll pass the floor back to you, Farhan.
All right, thank you so much, Jing Eng from Gigano. So if you would like to get in touch, or if you have any questions for Jing Eng, you can scan the QR code to get in touch directly with him. Or if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat box, and then we'll try to get the questions answered at the end of the session. So again, a reminder, so if you would like to get in touch with Jing Eng, you can scan the QR code or click the link that my team will share in the chat box as well, so that you would be able to get in touch with Jing Eng to further discuss how Jing Eng and Gigano team would be able to help you automate and engage you to help you optimize your production line and your facilities. All right, thank you so much, Jing Eng. So next, we will have Dr. Iskandar Baharin, who is the Executive Chairman of T-Robot. Briefly about Dr. Iskandar, so he has a strong experience in robotics, starting from his PhD research in the UK in the late 80s. He then pursued his career with an international electronics company based in the US to build robotics automation line for the global company, which has successfully commissioned for global production. And after gaining experience in robotics and computer integrated manufacturing system in the mid-90s, he then ventured into the venture capitalist world to expose himself with the global financial and technological market. So he's currently the executive chairman of T-Robot, or Tech Capital Resources Sdn Bhd, and is now focusing on building robotics collaboration model between Malaysia and other developed world in robotics. Assalamualaikum, and how are you doing, Dr. Iskandar?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, so I think you are also one of the members in the Academy Science Malaysia Robotics Roadmap, am I right?
Yes, yeah. How do you find that out?
Yeah, we engaged them as well, and I realized that you are one of the team members in that.
Yeah, one of the task force. Yeah, I was one of the task force leader in that. Yeah,
good. So we are really grateful to have you with us today. So I'll share the floor to you, so you can share your screen and share about T-Robots. Thank you so much, Dr. Iskandar.
Thank you, Farhan, for having me here. I'll share my screen. Can you see my screen, Farhan?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for inviting us. As being informed just now, maybe for our knowledge sharing session here today, I would like to share a bit about our company, what we do, and all that. I'm the executive chairman of Key Robots. Maybe if I can start with sharing our website first in terms of what we do. Yeah? So if you go to our website, you will see that basically this is a bit about us. So we actually specialize in in-house engineering, robotics development, systems integration, machine design, and all that. Yeah. So these are the videos of our previous projects that we do. Okay. So I can say that we are basically, in terms of very proud to be part of the MTDC ecosystem. MTDC has been very supportive to us in terms of spearheading the robotics ecosystem in Malaysia. So our journey in robotics actually started when we were doing projects for the furniture industry. So we started in actually building what we call the computerized panel saw system. So what we did was there's customer requests that wanted us to reverse engineer their current panel saw that they import from Germany, from Taiwan, from China. So myself and Mr. Eugene, my CEO, and a few of us, we got together and we managed to basically reverse engineer those panel saw that is mainly used in the furniture industry. So when we managed to reverse engineer those machines in terms of number one, taking over of the embedded controller in those machines, having access to the software, and we improve the software, a bit of machine intelligence, and we get it into the cloud, into the IoT. So suddenly the value of those machines gone up, okay? And also working with our partner, local fabricator, we were managed to fabricate it locally. So when we were successful with that project and with that customer, the customer was very happy because the financial impact for the customer was, there was almost like 50% savings in terms of the purchase procurement price that they used to import from overseas. That's number one. Number two was really because of the after-sales support that they get. Immediately, they don't have to worry about who's going to support them after sales. So then we got funding support from MOSTI. With the, at that time was the Techno Fund. So with the funding, again, we managed to enhance our robotics design, I can say. So we further fabricate the new machines for the furniture industry. And then after that, we were actually approached by MTDC, or we approached MTDC actually, to get some financial support because we are a startup and all that. And I myself as multinational, and then decided to set up my own company with my partners. So we started this venture, and I think with the funding that we get from MTDC, we were able to do a lot more bigger projects. So then we started going into building, in-house, we start building our own robots. So of course, when you talk about robots, we don't want to compete with the articulated robots. So we started with the so-called the linear robots. So these are some of the robots that we built. So we have the capabilities in-house to build any type of linear robots. So this is a robot that we have. This is the robot that we did for the furniture industry, some of the technical specs and all that. So meaning that when you talk about building linear robots, we don't have that problem. Yeah? And we also go into what we call the robotics arm, collaborating with our Korean partner. We actually partner with another Korean company. They are into what we call the industrial grade SCARA robot. So we went into this because we found that most SME, they cannot afford to buy a robot. So working with this technology from Korea, we managed to partner where we will localize the robot for the specs that is needed by the local company. So immediately we have in terms of the frame, we have all the frames, we have the controller, we have the software. So after that, it's just a matter of doing the applications for it. So we feel that SCARA is the place where, you know, when you involve a lot of pick and place, a lot of foreign labor is involved. So we started going into that. And then the other project is more on the systems level, which is, as we all know, that now it's a very hot topic, which is smart manufacturing. So we talk about manufacturing data acquisition and management. So we also build MES platforms. Yeah. So these are our platforms that we built. We are currently having a customer, quite a big customer, a public listed customer that we are serving. So who is using our systems? Yeah? In terms of projects, we have the previous projects that we do is, these are some of the previous projects that we do. We go into automated electrode sorting system, smart agrobotic greenhouse is very popular, and also the smart seeding and also maintenance, repair, and factory automations and all that. So basically, as you can see that in-house, we have actually developed already what we call the local capabilities. Okay. Okay. So, but what I want to share here is actually, looking into the future, what T-Robot, what we want to be. We want to be a company that is being, recognized, has the capability to build and fabricate an artificially intelligent robot. Yeah. So right now, in terms of robotics, we have the expertise in terms of actually to build a robot, where we know a robot is nothing more than a machine that has a physical form. Okay. At the same time, we also have a team that is looking into artificial intelligence. So as you know, AI is a software, so it doesn't need to be physical. Especially now with the coming of RPA, robot process automation, a lot of bots, AI bots and all that. So that's also another field that is growing as well. So if we want to combine the robotics and also the artificial intelligence components, so that as T-Robot, we will be able to build our own AI software plus robot machines, which we call artificially intelligent robots. So if there is any potential customer who has an internal demand, who wants to build their own robots and then to become artificial intelligence, you can either come from the robotics perspective, where you have a robot, but you want to make that robot artificial intelligence. So meaning that we will include in the AI component. Or you are an AI company who wants to have a robotics component to your business. You can also talk to us. We can build the robots, and then by the end of the day, we come up with our own artificial intelligent robot. So I think this is a new market for Malaysia. Yeah, for Malaysia. In terms of internal capabilities, as we all know, to build robots, this is what we have internally. Plus, with the involvement, at least my personal involvement in the National Robotics Roadmap, we foresee that for future Malaysia to be able to compete globally in the robotics market space, we must have all these components in our company. We call it the Internet of Robotic Things, IORT, Internet of Robotic Things. So in our company, we have people who specializes in mechanical engineering. So they look into the mechatronics, the 3D printing, the CAM and materials. Electrical engineering, very important. You talk about the hardware, the sensor, actuator, as our colleague mentioned previously, and all those. Software engineering, internally, maybe we partner with people who has the strength. We don't have a very strong team yet in software engineering, but we are trying to collaborate with universities and also software houses who does this, okay? So we need good software engineering teams, eh? And then computer science. These are about the edge computer and the theory of computation distributed. So we have internal capabilities in this. That's how we build our own automated machines. Modeling, mathematics, material science, also the law, because slowly we see that there's more and more needs for us to, when we design a robot, we have to make sure that the robots and also the collective robots, we are in compliance to global standards. Yeah. So I'm trying to build my company, T-Robot, such that we are always following the global standards in terms of robotics. So that's very important. So that once we follow the global standards, we are able to export our robots overseas. Yeah? Next is artificial intelligence, very important. Cognitive science, psychology, physics, and finally biology. So when you talk about where we are now in terms of trying to build our own internet of robotic things, these are the components that we are trying to develop in-house. I can say we are almost 40 or 50% there in terms of doing it. The next thing is, I think we are all very familiar with this slide, okay? So when you talk about Industrial Revolution 4.0, we cannot run away from this impact of the dual function, yeah? Which, as you know, that we started the journey in terms of Industrial Revolution 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 is more about basically empowering the company or the corporation. Meaning the technology empowers the company to make production. So we have the mechanical, electrical, and also the internet, okay? But the limitation there, we're looking at things like in terms of scalable efficiency, doing things right, because we have to make sure that we want to scale efficiently, that we must be doing the things right now. So that is the era of those days. Then we go into digital 4.0. Here is we start empowering the people, meaning that the people now have take charge of the production or the manufacturing, or and all that. So meaning that the technology will do all the work, and then the technology do all the work. So for us to do that, then we need to go into, there's no choice, we need to go into the digital space, okay? So when you go into the digital space, then the responsibility on reliance on people is less. So meaning that we can now talk about empowering people to, to make decisions and all that. So this is the direction that we are now looking into. So there's now a blurring of the physical and cyber divide, and also there's a lot of impact on society and all that. So in terms of T-Robots, we see our business growing into this sector. We started from a robot building company. Then we start going into understanding the needs in terms of the robotization. When I talk about robotization, we see that the combination of robotics, artificially intelligent robots, we see in terms of combination of robots and also AI, okay? And then thirdly is that we start seeing the blurring in terms of the deployment. In terms of the smart manufacturing, the digitization, there's many players. So we want to make sure that we always maintain our position as being a niche player, where we do a bit of, of R&D, engineering customization for our customer, so that the customer will look at us as their outsourcing partner for any engineering department, or or R&D and all those requirements, such that once they see that it's been successful, then a matter of doing mass production and all that is a non-issue. So this is basically what I have today in terms of trying to share in terms of. Okay, my final slide. This is basically, I can say, the journey that we went through. We started with customized machine fabrication, and then we went into edge robotics. We went to agriculture robotics, and then we went into edge robotics, and then we started doing manufacturing process automation. We also did a bit of work on a vehicle diagnostic and management system. This is very much for the public buses. We were among the early pioneers in Putrajaya to actually be able to monitor the carbon footprint for the buses in Putrajaya and Cyberjaya. And then we started exploring into cloud robotics for cobots. And then also recently we're looking into a bit of manufacturing execution system. So this is very much our product line in terms of what we do. And I'm hoping that there'll be a lot of interest from our meeting today in terms of how we can add value to our customer. So I think with that, I would like to end my presentation here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Iskandar. I think that's a really good presentation. And I used to work for the government agency that manages MSC, and I'm sorry for not knowing that T-Robot is part of the MSC companies. And I think this is something that
we're an MSC company.
Yes. So and prior to that, I was working for a manufacturing facility company based in Pasir Gudang as well. And every time we plan, because in manufacturing line, we always try to improve and do R&D. And a lot of the companies that we engaged before was coming from outside of Malaysia. And we are not aware, or we are not connected with the local automation and robotic companies that actually has this kind of capabilities.
Thank you.
And I think this is why we need to have more of this kind of engagement and sessions. And that's why I think in today's session, so we will also be recording everyone's session today, so that we would be able to share it on our social media. So if you would like to view this session later, so you can also go to Iskandar Innovation Hub YouTube, and we'll try to do a social media shout out, so that more clients, more end users out there realizes, that there are a lot of local products and solution companies that can help them improve their productivity. So if you do have any questions to Dr. Iskandar, you can click on the QR code here, so that we can get you to engage directly with Dr. Iskandar and the T-Robot team. All right. So thank you so much again, Dr. Iskandar. Hopefully you can stay on until the end of the session. I think
actually I'm on the highway. Actually, I'm
all right.
Just to show technology, how in technology we can still stay connected, right? In robotics. So I'm on the highway. I pull over for a short while, do this event, and I can put on my car, put the Zoom, and we're always connected. That's the beauty.
All right. That's great. Yeah. Have a safe trip and have a safe drive.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Iskandar. So moving on, we'll go to the next speaker for today. So we have Encik Muhammad Hazli Rasul, who is the co-founder and CEO of Move Robotics, a startup company that is focusing on autonomous technology and mobile robotics technology. So his background is in mechatronics. So he's a bachelor degree in E&E from University Technology Malaysia, UTM, Skudai Johor. And he continued his master and research in electric vehicle, focusing on steer-by-wire technology for compact electric vehicle, CEV, under MJIIT UTMKL, and he has experiences in handling and delivering multi-million worth of projects in autonomous mobile robots, AMR, unmanned ground vehicle, UGV, during his ventures with his previous startups, actually with a partner in Singapore. So without further ado, Hazli, over to you.
All right, thank you. I will first share my screen. All right, can you see my screen? All right, good. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Farhan, for the introduction. Thank you also to DRZ Iskandar and MTDC for organizing this event. Such a pleasure to be invited today for sharing session. And also, I would like to appreciate the participant and audience, and also the line of speaker today who are joining us. Hi, my name is Muhammad Hazli. I'm a co-founder of Move Robotics in Berhad. Today, I would like to share with you about autonomous mobile robot, or in short, AMR. Okay, let's start with what is AMR. Autonomous mobile robot is a combination of two segments, which is autonomous and a mobile robot. Autonomous means independent and having the power to make its own decisions. While the mobile robot is a robot that capable of moving in surrounding, like locomotions. So it doesn't matter whether it's used a set of wheel or tank track setup or any legs mechanism, as long as moving on the ground, we can call them mobile robots. Okay. By this, we can also explain AMR is having a unique ability to navigate in an uncontrolled environment with a higher degree of understanding of its surrounding via set of sensors and AI, artificial intelligence, compared to AGV, which is also a mobile robot, but it uses magnetic line as a guide to navigate. Okay. Autonomous technology allows mobile robot to move more freely and independently, which can avoid any obstacle on its path and continue to complete its tasks, where AGV is needed to stop and wait until the obstacle is being removed. So I believe many of you guys familiar with AGV, automated guided vehicle, which is widely used in industry like production factory and also warehouses. Okay, let's go deep in the comparison between AGV and AMR. First, it is navigation. AGV use guided method, while AMR use trackless natural navigation. Okay. Secondly, is the ability to avoid obstacle. AGV have to stop when obstacle in its path, while AMR capable of moving surrounding the obstacles and find the best path toward the destination goals. Thirdly, is the flexibility. AGV needs a new installation of a guided path in order to make a new path. Okay, while AMR is we just need to scan a new map and of the new environment and assign a new position using a fleet management system software. Okay, next is the cost. AGV is sure is less expensive compared to AMR. This is due AMR is using a set of complicated sensor fusion and sophisticated autonomous control system. The most common sensor used in AMR is a 2D LiDAR, IMU accelerometer, and a wheel encoder. More advanced AMR we use like 3D LiDAR or multi-depth camera. Okay. But even though AGV is much cheaper, the maintenance cost of magnetic guided tape is quite a challenge on the long-term perspective, whereby it has to be changed 6 or 12 months, depending on environment. So this will add up the maintenance cost of the AGV. Okay, the next comparison is the installation complexity. AGV require more complex and time-consuming installation rather than AMR, which is AMR is fast and easy to deploy. Okay, on the reliability, some say AGV is more stable compared to AMR, but nowadays the fast changing technology allows AMR to have a very good operation reliability. Yeah, both mobile robots use a different safety standards, but both are aimed for ensuring the robot to be safe to be operated towards its environment. Okay, so many people still confusing whether to use AGV or AMR for the operation. All right, our answer is very simple. It depends on the situation and environment. All right, these are the some guidelines that we made. So AMR is more suitable to be used at high frequency moving item or high repetitive transferring tasks. For example, like Amazon, they process 1,000 of fulfillment package in a minute, which is need the robot to be highly intelligent to perform the task. Okay, AMR also suitable to be deployed in the complex environment, such as like hospital, or nowadays we see the autonomous mobile robot in Walmart store, right? All right, AMR also flexible in adapting continuous changing environment, like in warehouse, for example, right? The environment is always changing. Okay, next is AMR is suitable on demand transferring. Okay, example on demand is on the production factory where they are practicing in just-in-time process flow, like automotive factories. All right, lastly, when the place is not suitable to put any magnetic guidance or any guided mechanism, so AGV is not an option. So AMR is more suitable to be deployed in such condition. So like outdoor environment. Okay, but this list is just a few examples of condition and situation to be deployed AMR. It's really depend on the actual environment, because the objective of both AGV and AMR is to improve efficiency, improve safety, and allow human to focus on highly value activity. So, rather than just time consuming, no value added, pulling or pushing trolley around the facilities, right? So we can let the robot to do the task. Okay, moving to next. All right, this is the type of autonomous mobile robot for indoor usage. We have the good two-person robots, collaborative AMR, and autonomous forklift or stacker or tuggers. All right, for the outdoors, this is some of the example. Most of them are used for delivery purposes, like food delivery or parcel delivery. I think the food delivery testing it at DRZ Iskandar, right? Okay, but we can see there's two different environments here, which is on the sidewalk or on the road. They are using the same autonomous system, but in order to run on the road, it's require a very high level of safety standard, similar to autonomous vehicle, and have to pass through a rigorous test before they can be deployed on the road. Okay, let's look at the market size of AMR. Right, in 2019 alone, the market size is huge. It's already 29 billion USD, and expected a whopping 220 billion on the 2030. All right, this figure is mostly contributed from manufacturing and warehousing industry, while other industries also are slowly growing forward. Okay, these are some examples of AMR from a various industry. We have a factory, warehouses, cleaning services, delivery, security, and even in agriculture. Right. So Move Robotics, who are we? I can say that we are more on R&D company that focusing on autonomous technology and mobile robot technology. Our objective, to harness the power of the robots. All right. Our mission is to free human from dull, dirty, and dangerous tasks. And our vision is to accelerate autonomous robot and smart workforce in Asia. So introducing our own solution, Mover, an autonomous robot fleet, self-developed locally by Move Robotics. So we have here is indoor autonomous mobile robot, outdoor autonomous mobile robot. The latest one is we have the good two-person robot, which can pick up a container from the rack and deliver it to the person. Okay. All right. All of this robot is using our own controller board inside and our own custom fleet management system, all developed locally. Right. What we do here, we design the mechanical, electronics board. We do our own programming, we do our own motor control and navigation, and everything we do ourselves. So customization is not a problem. We can develop a small or big autonomous mobile robot. All right, our roadmap this year is focusing on indoor application. Next year, we'll be focusing on outdoor application, and also we will towards the agriculture and on-the-road applications. All right. So we invited all of you here to come to our Autonomous Training Center at MTDC UPM Serdang, where we develop with MTDC. So where professional engineers, technicians, or students can come here and learn about the technology inside the MR. So please visit our website and contact us for further information about this. Okay, our achievements so far, we are one of the participants of Traju Support Grant on 2020, and also we already completed a Cyberview Living Lab Accelerator program this year. And also this year also we are very, very lucky to be few selected from many applicants to join a prestigious Petronas Future Tech 2.0 program in collaboration with Sciendabi NTM, which powered by 500 startup and supported by National Technology Innovation Sandbox NTIS. I think that's all for my sharing. This is our contact information. Easily you can find us on Google. You just type Move Robotics and you will find www.moverobotics.com. I think that's all. Back to you, Mr. Farhan.
Thank you so much, Hazli. I think congratulations as well, if I can.
Thank you.
All of the achievement that you and your team have made, and good luck for your program with Petronas.
Yeah, inshallah.
It is still currently ongoing?
Yes, correct. Every day.
All right, great. All the best and good luck.
All right.
Thank you so much, Hazli. Please stay on. Hopefully, I think that I have received some questions, and hopefully we can get some of them answered at the end of the session. So again, if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask Hazli or the other speakers that we have today, please click on the QR code that you can see on your screen right now, or in the chat box as well. There's a link that is being shared as well. So next we have Encik Muhammad Yuzairin bin Muhammad Yunus, CEO and Managing Director of Akar Indah. So briefly, let me share his background. So he graduated from Miya Konojo National College of Technology from Japan, with associate degree in electrical engineering. Before he did his master in engineering business management from UTM KL. So Encik Yuzairin has vast experience in designing electrical control system from conventional to PLC system, as well as familiarization in PLC programming with various OEM such as Mitsubishi and Siemens. And for your information as well, so Encik Yuzairin together with MTDC, so they set up this Co-9P Center together at MTDC UPM, and I think probably later Yuzairin will share as well. So he did also training and programs together with Medak MTDC under this Industry 4.0 Accelerator Program, and he is also the company is also a multinational technology innovation sandbox grant recipient that develops a robot bin. So probably later, Yuzairin, you can share that as well with the audiences. Thank you so much. I hand over the floor to you.
Thank you. So first I will share by my screen.
Yes, we can see it now.
Yeah, can see?
Yes. You need to make it on presentation mode.
But I cannot see my screen. What happened? Okay, sorry.
So, yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Yuzairin bin Muhammad Yunus from Akar Indah Engineering Iskandar Berhad. We are the Malaysian solution provider, and we focus on robot as a service. So first, let me introduce about our company. Akar Indah Engineering Iskandar Berhad has been established since 2014. And our existing paid up capital is RM 250,000. In total, we have 48 staff specialized in technology and engineering. Our clients are inclusive MNCs, GLCs, SMEs, government agencies, and educational institutions, especially related to TVETs. TVETs is technical and vocational education. Our current main office now located at Center of 9 Pillars, UPM MTDC, as stated by Encik Farhan just now. We have set up this center in 2018 with the collaboration with MTDC. And currently we have workshop and fabrication facilities in Tanjung Malim Perak, Kajang, Selangor, and Kota Tinggi, Johor. Our current capacity allow us to support clients all over Malaysia, and also in Singapore, Japan, and Africa. From 2019, we have collaborated with MTDC to help SMEs in Malaysia to adopt Industry 4.0 solution in their business and operation. And sorry. And until now, we have trained more than 600 SMEs, and 200 of them has become the adopter of Industry 4.0. So I hope you can see the video moving. Okay, AISB core business mainly divided into three main categories, which are tracing and tracking. Consists of hardware and software development. We also have automated robotic for manufacturing and services sector. And also we do machine retrofit to I4.0 for industrial and also for educational purposes. Our experience and expertise allow us to serve clients with total solution from designing, develop, manufacture until integrate with existing machineries and equipments. We also provide after-sales service and maintenance. So, data from Bank Negara shown that Malaysia productivity is low comparing to our foreign affiliates. I mean, like if we compare to Singapore, we lose around RM 180,000 of potential value added per worker, or about RM 360 billion of revenue to the national GDP. This is because our dependency to low value added resources such as foreign workers and manual process. This is why robot as a service is a way forward for your business. Okay, today I would like to focus on automated guided vehicle as explained by Encik Azli just now. The AGV is different from the autonomous due to it is guided. You can use either magnetic or color tape for the guided, and also sometimes we also use a rail as a guided. Okay. For your information, AISB started our journey in this area by retrofitting all AGVs. We upgraded them with latest motion parts, controller and sensors to make it more reliable and efficient. We have clients mostly in automotive industry. Then we started develop an AGV that replaced the conveyor, especially in manufacturing line. This help clients to save space and to have smarter handling system. Our AGV is customizable based on client application, able to carry load between 100 kg to 1 ton, and our price is between RM 40,000 to RM 150,000 based on the size and the features required by our client. As you can see on the video, this is used for automotive industry. We have been deploy our solution from 2016, and until now we have no experience of problem due to maybe hardware or system. So basically the product that we have, normally we will follow the industry level standard. And of course, from the safety side, we have obstacle sensors and also the safety. If you see on the black one, that is the safety bumper. So if the obstacle not properly work, so the safety bumper will make sure that mechanically the AGV will stop without hurting human. Okay. Beside that, last year we also started to develop AGVs that suitable for SMEs. Currently, we have clients from SMEs such as LH, where they are using the AGV for their packaging line. Krizik have the tow AGV to tow their electrical parts. For the Koperasi Sahabat, they are using the remote control AGV to handle their chicken farm. And also we have Inspire human that use our AGV to carry the milk in their goat farm. So as you see in this video, this is actually currently used by Koperasi Sahabat. They use the robot controlled by and can be monitored at real time, so that they can apply the use of robot in their chicken farm, especially on the small chick. It will be stressful if human always go into the farm. So by using the robot, the stress to chicken is more less. So for this kind of AGV, we only build for the load between 50 kg to 500 kg, and the price range is between RM 20,000 to RM 75,000. Okay. Beside that, we also have our autonomous robots. This is our robot that currently apply in fresh market to carry the waste bin and collect timely. We also develop our local autonomous car with collaboration with Nano Malaysia Berhad. So this car is being tested in TPM, and currently we are able to drive the car safely at 40 km/h. Okay. Beside that, we also develop an outdoor autonomous vehicle. The first one is currently used for the purpose of education. We supply this training kit for our technical and vocational related education center to be able to develop our local talent toward the needs of autonomous vehicle sector. Hopefully by doing this we can pull more investor into Malaysia, because we have a good talent in this area. And the last one is we call this is our electric autonomous cart. So currently we are still in the R&D level. We tend to use this platform for the agriculture purpose, and as you can see on the screen, we are using the GPS technology for the maneuver and navigation. actually we try to focus more on easy to access technology and affordable in price, because our experience tell us that if we focus more on the technology side, we can give the best features, but when we want to enter the market, it will be difficult if the price is not affordable. So that is my presentation for today, and we have the best management and technical team in this area. We have developed more than 20 solutions related to Industry 4.0 and currently available to be used by not only big corporation but also for our SMEs. So as I mentioned, we focus more on the easy access technology and affordable price. So we believe that we can offer a very good solution to our local, and also to mention to you all that because we offer as a service, so we also provide this solution in leasing mode, where in average our client can pay around RM2,000 to RM4,000 a month to have all this solution installed in their premises. So thank you very much. That's my 15 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yuzairin. I think you and your team have done a really good job. And I think not just building great products, I think you are also training future talents to supply to the industry as well. And not just the talent, I think you are also developing entrepreneurs within the industry as well. So thank you so much for all the efforts that you guys have done. So again, thank you so much. So if anyone interested to get in touch with Yuzairin and his team, you can scan the QR code, and then we can get you in touch with Yuzairin and Akar Indah team for you to be able to explore the solutions and products that they provide. So thank you so much. We go to the next speaker, where we have Haji Ijamizwan bin Ibrahim, or fondly known as Haji Adam, from MTDC, who is currently the Senior Vice President at the Industry 4.0 Department of Malaysia Technology Development Corporation, Iskandar Berhad. So he is entrusted to manage the Center of 9 Pillars, the Core 9P, Industry 4.0 Experience Hub, I4EH, and the related initiatives under MTDC Industry 4.0 program. And this is also an initiative that we are collaborating with MTDC to set up a Center of Excellence for Robotics and Automation in the DRZ Iskandar. Thank you so much, and Assalamualaikum, Haji Adam. How are you?
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, thank you so much. So I hand over the floor to you so that you can share what are the initiative, programs, and incentives that MTDC is doing that the clients, the end users, that the industry can also be a part of.
Sure. Thank you, Farhan. Let me pull up my slide. Okay, my slide is up, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much again for DRZ Iskandar for giving us this opportunity to showcase some of the things, some of the initiatives that we have done. We have done over the last 2 years, I think. Even not 2 years, more than 2 years. Even before the pandemic, we were already discussing about having a platform to develop local talents to drive the Industry 4.0 adoption in Malaysia. What I will do is just to highlight a little bit about MTDC for those who might not be familiar with MTDC. We have been around for almost 30 years. next year is our 30th anniversary, and we have been, I could probably say that we have been the key player in supporting technology companies in Malaysia and also in the promotion of the adoption of technologies by local companies, particularly the SMEs. So our tagline is complete equation, which means that we would like to have everything under our roof. We used to have funding support. We still do have some sort of funding support with us. We conducted a lot of programs related to technology adoption. When it comes to awareness and promotional events related to technology, I'm sure some of you may have already attended some of our sessions prior to the pandemic and also during the pandemic in the form of an online platform. A few years back, we decided to have a special division that focuses on advisory and value-added services. This is important because while we support technology companies in providing the solutions to the local SMEs, they themselves are in need to have proper advisory and other value-added services in order for them to deliver their product and services. Then obviously, we have our business incubation and acceleration team in our centers. We have 5 centers. One is located in Johor Bahru in UTM, and the other 4 is in Klang Valley. The Co-9P, which Farhan mentioned just now, is located in our biggest tech center, which is in University Putra Malaysia, Serdang. So I'm going to go now into just highlighting, what is it about our Center of 9 Pillars. Basically, this is in a nutshell, it is a center that we dedicate to nurture new Industry 4.0 innovations. We are not innovating new things, but specifically we are looking at bringing together the local solution providers, the academias, universities, and also businesses in a single platform that can interact and develop products that are required by the industry and able to be produced by our own local talents. You have heard the presentation starting from the first one, Mr. Jin, all the way to Encik Yuzarin just now. I would say that I'm the proudest person in this session today, because all of them are able to be placed under our ecosystem. When we found out that a company like Move Robotics, they were very small, but they have good talents. They have been serving MNCs before they were known about their talents. We brought them in, and we want to push this sort of talents to the companies in Malaysia, to let you all know, the SMEs that is listening now, that you don't have to worry about looking for foreign solutions, because we have our local talents who are capable of producing solutions that are at par, at least with the brands of the the one in the West, in Europe or in US or even in Japan. So because of that, because of having all these companies together with, after 20 odd years of nurturing local tech companies, we found out that, why can't we just pull them up together, and especially those that focuses on Industry 4.0, and put them in a collaborative platform where they can do peer-to-peer consultation, they can do training, they can help each other in terms of providing customization needs of the client. Some of the companies may be focusing only on software, but they don't have anyone that can assist them in terms of fabrication and putting up the hardware. So it's difficult for one that is in operation in Shah Alam and to get another partner doing it in Balakong, or in other parts of Malaysia to actually continue to work together on a daily basis so that they can produce the right solution for their end client. And because of that, we started discussing with some of the key players, and in this time I would like to name Akar Indah Engineering, because they are the first to give us all these inputs, on how best to create this platform that we now call it Center of 9 Pillars. And Alhamdulillah, just a week after the launch of Industry Forward in 31st October 2018, on 7th of November, we launched our Center of 9 Pillars. That's how quick, how visionary our team, our top level managers at Code MP and also our board members were kind enough to believe in this platform, and we started calling in all the local companies within the 9 pillars of Industry 4.0 to come and collaborate in this platform. So these are some of the companies that we have managed to bring in. There are a few more, of course. There's not enough space for me to put that in. But from this, we are able to draw a funnel for investment and value creation. For example, projects that we get from certain ministries now are able to produce new job creation. Akar Indah themselves has already created 7 new companies because of the projects that we believe we brought in from the other ministries related to Industry 4.0. And we hope that in the future we can bring other companies like Move Robotics, Gigano, and T-Robot to have new investment opportunities, to expand their service and their product range. Of course, those who are listening here from SMEs, you guys are going to be the first in line to get the solution. We want to make sure that the companies are able to produce a fast-track adoption based on your requirements and based on your budget. Whether it's partial customization or complete customization or just off-the-shelf product, they are able to provide the service for you. And all of this, we believe that what we have done at MTDC is also in support of the bigger government agenda related to Industry Forward, the 10 by 10, 10 on 10, My STIE, the digital blueprint, the 4IR Negara, and latest is the RMK 12. Right. So based on the policy documents, we have identified, the things that we need to do is to find the gaps within these quadruple helix, the industry, the government, the people, and the academia, and who is going to be able to close this gap, if not, this platform. So the industry needs new talents, and we need people who are solution providers, local solution providers who are able to provide new talents, by training them with the latest latest technology that is beyond the scope of whatever they have learned in the university or in their Tibet education. The government itself, we understood that at the federal level we probably have a good lineup of all the policies, but what about at the state level? There are requirements for hand-holding approach. So we need people from our local industries to also provide all these solutions. Of course, for the people, this need to continuously provide awareness, and we need to see how we can get more participation from the citizens, from the lower B40 group all the way to the M40 or T20 groups. It must be in the form of a full inclusivity when we talk about technology and Industry 4.0. And obviously, when it comes to academia, we have we have lined up programs for them to be able to use the platform to assist them in terms of getting the right tools, if they are not available in the universities, helping them with prototyping, in fact, assisting the lecturers with training of the new robot automating system or anything else, that is new to them. Okay. So in a nutshell, our CONAMP, we want to expand it to other parts of the country, and we are lucky to have Iskandar to believe in us and to also replicate what we do in Klang Valley, to also bring the CONAMP business model in Iskandar, and we hope one day they would able to produce all these things that we have been producing at our center, which is the industry support. We have a specialized I4.0 hubs. We have some funding support. We have ample co-working space. We do community networking. We are reviving it. We had a problem when the pandemic came because everything has to be done online. But now, since we have eased up the movement procedures, so we hope to revive the plan that we wanted to do. So that there are more community-based programs, so we can network with each other. We wanted to bring all of our local talents, service and solutions to international market. Akar Indah itself, they have connections in Japan and in the Middle East, and I'm sure the others are also having the same connections. We hope to work together in this community. We are focusing on training and certification all the way from the TVET as well as the working people, in the factories or even in the offices on the new digitization and digitalization approaches and initiatives. And most importantly, the CONAMP should be able to gather people, the expertise to do a customized solution that is tailor-made to the requirements of our local SMEs. Whether it is the process requirement or their financial requirement. So we hope we will assist Iskandar to make this a reality at the southern end, and at the same time we are also focusing on other parts of the country, in the eastern side of Peninsula, the northern side, also Sabah and Sarawak. So just want to share with you some of the photos. We took we had multiple sessions when we started the CONAMP, and this was before pandemic, so nobody is wearing the face mask at this time. Yep. So there, of course, because of time limitation, I hope that I managed to at least give you some flavor of what we do at CONAMP. But in the case of those who are interested to be part of the community or would like to know more of the other communities, AR, VR, 3D printing, AI, you name it, all the 9 pillars, you can always contact me. Just scan on the QR code here, you'll get all my contacts. So I hope I've done justice for my 15 minutes. Farhan.
Yes.
I'm giving back the stage to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Haji Adam. And again, congratulations. I think MTDC has been in the industry for so long and have been doing so much for the nation and for the industry, for industry players as well. And I think, and even so, I think there's still a lot to be done. I think there are still a lot of gaps in the industry, and this is why I think, as an ecosystem enabler such as ourselves, we need to play our role and our parts in helping the industry grow and connect with each other. Because as you mentioned, in Johor alone, the oil and gas industry, the E&E, the furniture industry, timber industry, there are thousands of manufacturing facilities and SMEs. They are still conventional at this moment. And for big manufacturing MNC companies, they may be able to afford the big consultants that are coming in to provide the solutions to them. And even when I was working for the oil and gas manufacturing company before, we thought we could never imagine that a local company, such as Gigano, T-Robots, Move Robotics, or even Akar Indah could provide the same solutions and products at a local and affordable price. So I think this is something that we are not just doing this for our companies within Johor. I think this is something that we would like to encourage ecosystem enablers around Malaysia, Sabah, Sarawak, and other states. We need to do this together. We need to promote the local companies that can provide these solutions and get them to be in touch with all these other clients. And I think this is what DRZ Iskandar and MTDC, together with agencies like MIDA, is working together to try to help ensure that all these SMEs has these local options available for them. So again, thank you so much, Haji Adam. So if you would like to get in touch with Haji Adam, I think you can screen capture the QR code that he shared earlier, or you can click the link that we shared below. And again, as I mentioned, this session is recorded. So if you would like to see the recorded session, you can go to our YouTube channel, Iskandar Innovation Hub YouTube channel, and that the recording sessions will be available. So without further ado, I would like to welcome our final and our special speaker, Puan Rosita Ibrahim, who is previously Assistant Director in Metal Engineering and Support Division, and also Machinery Engineering Supporting Division, Deputy Director of International Cooperation Division. She was also the Director for MIDA, Italy, Milan, and currently the Senior Deputy Director of Strategic Planning and Policy Advocacy, Manufacturing Division from Malaysia Investment Development Authority. Assalamualaikum, and how are you, Puan Rosita?
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Mr. MC, Cik Farhan. So
thank you.
First of all, I would like to thank IIB and also MTDC for inviting MIDA to this session. So I am today also actually my colleague Cik Ashraf also with me. So what I'm supposed to share with all of you today is on the incentive that is offered by MIDA on related to industry forward or industry 4.0. So we will share with you my slide. Cik Farhan, this slide you can share with everybody lah after this.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Nothing confidential because I think we only have 15 minutes. So my slide are quite comprehensive. So if I don't have enough time, they can always refer to my presentation.
All right, this is the most important one.
Yes. Okay, next slide. Okay, actually on the content, number one is a very brief introduction to MIDA. Number 2, number 3 to number 4 is actually the available grant offered by MIDA. And the last one is automation capital allowance is actually tax incentive in the form of allowance offered to manufacturing and services company. So very brief, I think among the presenter, our organization is the oldest one. MIDA is the principal agency for promotion of industrial development in the country. The focus is on the manufacturing and services sector. So MIDA was formed in 1967. We were known as FIDA in 1967. And now we are known as MIDA Investment Development Authority because we cover both manufacturing and also services sector. So the function of MIDA, we do promotion both for foreign and domestic investment. We cover both manufacturing and selected services. When we talk about services, I think manufacturing clear to all of you, but selected services is very diverse, cover R&D, design, hotel, education, logistics. I mean, the list is very long, okay? And also in terms of evaluation, we evaluate application for manufacturing license, tax incentive, expected post, duty exemption, principal hub, and other application that are not listed here. We do also planning that is under my division, and hand-holding also monitoring. Next one. Okay, the first grant is Industry Forward Intervention Fund. So, but before company apply for this fund, they have to do first readiness assessment. Readiness assessment is through online registration with MITI. Actually, this is open to all, yeah, manufacturing company and also manufacturing related services company. So, for example, some of I think these participants may be SMEs from manufacturing sector, and some of them may be from the what we call MRS, including actually system integrator. So if you are SMEs, there is no fee charged to company. This is, I think, this readiness assessment is very expensive, and it is actually paid by government. But the first thing that you have to do is to online registration, and there will be a team to assess your organization. So they will identify what are the areas that your company have to improve. They give some recommendation, and then with that recommendation, company will be able to apply a quite number of incentive, not only from MIDA, for example, for MIDF, but for MIDA, there are two incentive under for this company. Okay, first is Industry Forward Intervention Fund, and secondly, Domestic Investment Strategic Fund. Next slide. Okay, actually, what is the incentive? The incentive is in the form of financial support, or what we call grant. This is for small and medium enterprises, SMEs, for manufacturing and related services sector. So actually, this is very interesting. We have a lot of company already submitted their application to MIDA. So where the ratio is 70-30. That means 70-30 will be from government, only 30% from the company's pocket. So this is on a reimbursable basis. That means you spend and government pay. So the maximum amount is 500,000. So for example, if your, let's say, your expenses is 100,000, okay, 70,000 will be from government, MIDA, and also we also pay in the form of advance payment, 30%, maximum 30%. So the procedure is the company need to incur the expenditure within 12 months, and you are giving, company will be given 6 months to claim for their grant from MIDA. So the submission of this grant and the evaluation will be done by MIDA. So the fund is still available. And then the next one is this is the eligibility criteria, SMEs, and the most important one is must be 60% Malaysian. The next fund is Domestic Investment Strategic Fund, DISF. There are two types of DISF. First is the normal DISF, and secondly is the industry forward DISF. So what is DISF? DISF actually is very we introduced this one in year 2012. So this is a very established fund at MIDA compared to the previous one, intervention fund. This is matching 2020. That's mean 1-to-1, 50% from government and 50% from company. The most, I think, the most important criteria here is Malaysian company with equity ownership of at least 60%. Okay, this grant is still available. And the next one is Industry Forward Domestic Investment Strategic Fund. So to apply for this grant, company must undertake this Industry Forward Readiness Assessment, the one that I informed earlier. So this is still available until 31st December 2021. The next one, this is the eligible expenditure. So there are 5 types of expenditure: R&D, training, modernization and upgrading, purchasing of new or high technology. In the last one is the international standard and certification. So the last available grant under MIDA is Smart Automation Grant. This is our latest grant available offered by MIDA. Unfortunately, this is the youngest one. But what happened, because when we launched this grant last year, December, we received until August 500 applications. So whatever 100 million ringgit allocated by government already subscribed, already applied by all these 500 companies. So we have to close, temporarily close the application. But don't worry, because we are applying for more fund from MOF. Hopefully, they will announce this under budget 2022. So I think same actually, this is for SMEs, services and also a manufacturing company. So open to Malaysian company with at least 51% equity, incorporated under Company Act, and also this is for not for new company, but the company that already in operation for at least 12 months. So next, Asra. So the last one is in the form of automation capital allowance. This is a tax incentive. This was introduced under National Budget 2015. We do this with collaboration with SIRIM. So SIRIM actually the one who do the technical verification for MIDA. MIDA do the evaluation, but we only look on the document submitted to MIDA, and we pass to SIRIM to do the technical verification for us. So for this, actually this SCA, actually we want to encourage manufacturing companies to engage in productive activities. And also, we want to reduce the dependent on unskilled foreign workers. So actually under this incentive, there are two categories. Category 1 is for the labor intensive industries. So we already identify 5 labor intensive industries under MIDA: rubber, plastic product, wood product, furniture and textile. And under category 2, other industry, fabricated metal, E&E, chemical, transport, food and others. So this incentive is very lavish actually. This is first time where MOF provide capital allowance at the rate of 200%. So for labor intensive industry, the maximum amount is 4 million, and for other industries is 2 million. That means when government offer 200%, if the company utilize 4 million, for example, the maximum amount, the allowance given will be 800 million. So this is valid for 8 years. From the year assessment 2015 to 2023. So in the year 2009, under 19, under budget 2020, this incentive also is open to the services sector. So with the same rate, 200%, but the maximum amount is 2 million ringgit. So under incurred here, the definition of incurred, where a company can claim this incentive when they already buy the machinery and equipment and install at the approved year of assessment. I think what I try to explain to you just now is a little bit technical, maybe for the first timer, but maybe some of you already enjoy or already submit application to MIDA. So for those who are not familiar, all the form and guideline are available at MIDA website. So we show you where to scroll and what are the application available under our website. So we have actually under here is under manufacturing sector. We also have for manufacturing sector, and you can stroll at the left panel though. So all the listed incentive and grant that are available. Actually, what I presented just now is 3 grant and 1 tech incentive. Actually, they are much more. They are more actually incentive and that are available under MIDA purview. So I think that's all. If you have any inquiry, you can email to investmalaysia@mida. When you send your email here, they will divert you to the right contact. So you can always also refer to our social platform. We have our Facebook, our YouTube channel, and also for your information, we do a lot of during the last year, even though we are under MCO, we also have a lot of program. I think in future also we hope to collaborate with maybe MTDC and also IIE to do this similar program. So I think that's all from MIDA.
Thank you so much, Puan Rosita. I think there's a lot of information there for us to absorb. And there's some information there that I've heard before, and some of it I've never heard before as well. So I think this is probably something that we need to further inform and advocate to the industry players and partners out there. So again, thank you so much, Puan Rosita. And if you would like to get in touch with Puan Rosita, or Haji Adam from MTDC and the rest of our speakers today, So please scan the QR code or click the link in the chat box so that we can capture your information and we will get you to get in touch with them directly. All right, thank you so much again. So before we go off, I think we do have 10 minutes left. So I would like to open the floor to the audiences. So if you have any question, please turn on your video and you can click the more button and raise your hand up so that we can unmute you and you can ask those questions to the remaining speakers and panelists. Sorry, so I will get all the speakers to be highlighted first. Okay, we have all the speakers highlighted. All right, so I think we have Haji Adam, Puan Rosita, Yuzairin, Jin Eng, and Hazli still with us. So is there any show of hands? So if you have any question, you can turn on your video, and sorry, our team will pick you up in the list and will get you to ask the questions directly to the speakers today. All right, so I have this one question sent to me. It's directed to either probably Yuzairin or Jin Eng. Jin Eng, if you can answer. So please briefly share how end users can engage solution providers or product providers such as yourself, and how can the small SMEs afford to adopt this technology, and eventually how easy or difficult it is to upskill or train the end users to adapt to the new solutions that you guys provided, and if you require, eventually you have to hire a competent personnel to actually manage the solution and product. So would that be an additional cost to them? So probably either Yuzairin or Jin Eng, would you like to answer that first? Jin Eng?
To answer the question, because I believe there's a few questions inside. So particularly in order for you to invest in the technology, first thing, because you need to identify your pinpoint. Because even though you are from the same sectors, but each and every single company, they have their own problems, their own weak points, and of course they do have their advantages. That's why they can survive in the market. So in a way that normally, let's say you are from the F&B sectors, so normally we'll identify what is your core problem. Let's say if it is a workforce, then what's the problem? Is it due to blue collar or white collar problem? Is it due to foreign laborers, issue due to policy by the government? Or is it due to, as they don't have a human capital in terms of a skilled worker with them, like technical guy, like engineers or technicians to maintain their machines? So this is whereby that we scope down their problems and we see that what are the solutions available on the table. So if let's say they are in need of multiple solutions, normally we will actually go down in depth in a way that we go by phase, phase one investment, phase two investment, so on and so forth. So we will help our customer to identify their problems or their weak links, and then from there onwards, we will actually give them some blueprint or roadmap or milestone for them to achieve. And as for investment wise, because for automation can start from 5 figures, we're talking about tens and thousands of ringgits to millions of ringgit. So it depends on the complexity of the requirements and design. So that's why what we mentioned just now is, let's say we are talking about front-end automation or back-end automation in a way that how we actually propose is you cannot run from both. Because if let's say you have robotics, you have AGVs, sooner or later you need back-end services or back-end support or technical infrastructure to support all these front-end infrastructure. And in terms of investment-wise, because this is the Malaysian government roadmap, so practically there are grants and soft loans available in the market. So this whereby that all these solution providers like us and all our colleagues here today, we do provide all these services in terms of how do we actually approach, and then what are the grants available in the market that is suitable for them. And in a way that by providing all these services and also technical proposals for them, we hope that actually this will assist them to make the picture clearer to them in a way that not only that they can solve their current issue, and what are the additional value added services that we can provide to them. Because certain things, they only see what they need, but they don't know what is happening outside. So what we bring to the table is we bring them something which is not only solution, we are bringing them in the future. And also most importantly that solution providers like us are from Malaysia, and we own our own technology. So practically we are more flexible. We don't depend on our principal to actually control the proprietary in terms of software. So we control our own software. So it is actually exciting stage at the time of this pandemic, in a way that it make a lot of business owners realize that automation is important, but they don't know where to start. So that's whereby that I mentioned during my presentation just now that what are the key metrics? Is it an investment? Is it a cost? Because if you look at it as a cost, you can't go far. But if you look at it as an investment, then this is whereby that this journey becomes exciting. So in a way that it depends on mentality. So we hope the SMEs owners, business owners, or manufacturers, they know where they stand. So this is whereby that we come in the picture. We tell them that where is the positioning, what are the core issues or the pain points, that's what we say. And then we will get the ball rolling in a way that we propose something to them that they are comfortable with, in that the initial investment will not be that high. Then from there onwards, they will have more options. So this is whereby that we actually provide all these services.
All right, thank you so much, Ian. Probably I want to get some input from Yuzarin on the talent reskilling part. I think you've trained a lot of people.
Okay, my answer is simple. Always connect with agencies like MTDC and IIB DRZ. So we have a program where we give the solution FOC. We train more than 200 intern every year. So we have good talents. In fact, our talent in Center of 9 Pillars right now is very like goreng pisang panas. We also not tend to hold them. They got a very good offer for their salary. So yeah, please connect with agencies like MTDC and DRZ to help you.
Thank you, Zarin. I have a question for either Puan Rosita or Haji Adam. So in terms of trying to engage with the end users, so I know like in the industry in Malaysia, we have a lot of conventional industries, oil and gas, manufacturing, as I mentioned earlier, the timber associations and all. How can we further engage with all these associations? And in Malaysia, I think in every state, there are various associations at the state level as well. How can we do more to get all these associations to be aware of the current products and solutions provided by our local solution providers? Either Puan Rosita or Haji Adam?
Okay. Silakan MTDC dulu, tak apa.
Puan, ladies first. Silakan Puan.
Just to share MIDA experience. Actually, as you are aware, we have this in MIDA. Our setting is quite different because we are really I mean, we are very established. We have a lot of a number of division with concentrate on promotion, on investment, on evaluation. So we have this, if for domestic investment, we have what we call domestic investment promotion agency division, which I think all we have all this connection with the association, with the chamber. So we do a lot of program with them. So that's why we have the contact, and we do a lot of this webinar, roadshow. So I think because they know, I think most of them, they already know about our facilities, our program. It's just that maybe some company, maybe I'm not sure, maybe they are not eligible for our tax incentive or our grant, but I think not because MIDA also we try to reach, for example, company from Sabah and Sarawak, company from Kelantan and Terengganu. So even though we work closely with the association, I think we need to reach further to all these company, especially what we call the less developed state, and also maybe local SMEs, because they thought that our organization is only focused on FDI. So that, but we do not have any problem to do program collaboration and to reach out to this association and also companies.
Understood. Thank you so much, Pak Jadam.
Yes.
Okay. I think we had done quite well. I mean, when we started the Center of 9 Pillars in terms of awareness and getting the associations to be interested in what we wanted to do. Unfortunately, came the pandemic, and then everything have to shift from physical to digital lah, kan. Then macam biasalah, changes takes time. And a lot of our companies are still grappling. Some of them, they don't have good internet line, so and some may be a bit distracted bila ada program-program yang kita buat through online macam ni. Unless those who are very interested, keen to know what's going on. So we plan to revive balik. I think this time around is going to be a physical or hybrid punya program, so that they can have a more peer-to-peer punya communication, human communication. Dia pun kadang-kadang dia segan nak tanya dalam bila kita buat through online ni. So customization is the key thing yang kita nak bagi tahu dekat our industry. Macam our team dulu from Akar Indah, we even found out that a company that is located in Kubang Pasu ke Pokok Senar, jauh dekat Kedah tu, kan, buat tembikar pasu. Kan, everywhere he goes, he needs to carry the tembikar, pasu bunga semua masuk atas lori dia pergi. Then we told the guy that sebenarnya you can adopt Industry 4.0 solution. Terkejut dia. And how we did it is that we provide him with a iPad yang dalam tu kita installkan application related to AR VR. So now wherever he goes, he just bring in dia punya QR code untuk orang scan dekat handphone, dan select dia punya choice of pasu bunga, tembikar, semua yang ada, and do a placement dalam rumah dia dekat mana, whether it looks nice or not, kan. So to that extent, we have to go down sampai ke very micro level, kan, all the way to the small and medium size industries, to give them the understanding that kita boleh buat, our local talents have the capability, and we can work together around your budget and around your requirements.
All right. Thank you so much, Haji Adam. I think this is something that all of us needs to play the role, in terms of building the whole ecosystem. I think from the government agencies to the industries, to the NGOs, to the associations, to ensure that everything comes together. This is why, companies like us, developing this kind of ecosystem within DRZ Iskandar, for example, is to ensure that both the supply and demand can actually come together. So again, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Puan Rosita, Cik Zairin, Jin Eng, Haji Adam, Hazli. So I think that's all the time we have today. So before we go, I would like to get everyone to turn their videos on so that we can take a snap picture with everyone. So I'll get my team to take a snapshot of our session for today before we go off, so that you guys can, since the borders are now open, so probably everyone has plans to go for traveling for holiday or traveling to go meet up your end users and clients as well. All right, so do we have everyone? So I'll keep count. So one, okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. So everyone give a thumbs up. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. All right. So again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining our automation and robotics introduction session for today. If we will be sharing with everyone the recorded link, and also if you plan to get in touch with anyone, any of the speakers, anyone from our side in the DRZ Iskandar, so we'll share with you our email, and we'll share with you the link for you to get in touch with all the speakers as well. And if you would like to get to watch the recorded session, well, you can go to live.igniteiskandar.com, or you can also go to our YouTube channel, Iskandar Innovation Hub. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. We'll see if we can host everyone again, probably in another webinar session, or hopefully we can also meet up physically in Drone and Robotics Zone Iskandar in Medini, Johor. So with that, I would like to thank everyone. Assalamualaikum, stay safe, and goodbye.